in our world because people don't think that it is a sport. In college and high school and elementary schools, they consider taking cheerleading away as a whole. This is an issue for me because I am a cheerleader and I do get a PE credit for it. Without my PE credit, I wouldn't be able to graduate high school, and if I continue cheerleading in college, I wouldn't be able to graduate without a PE credit there either. Cheerleading is the only sport that I do, and it's the only sport that most people do. So if you take cheerleading away, then it won't be considered a sport anymore, and we won't get a PE credit for what we actually love doing. So today, I really want you to become a cheer sponsor, or you can become a member of the varsity board. By becoming a cheer sponsor, you're pretty much just a support group for a cheer team. You pick your cheer team, you have to be the cheer team's cheerleader. You buy them things if they need it, you help them out when they go on trips, and of course, at any football game, basketball game, volleyball game, you'll have to be there to watch over them because supervision is a really big thing, especially with high school cheer squads because girls cannot be trusted. This has been an issue for a while now, and on the varsity webpage it is talked about that you can sign a constitution that will keep cheerleading in schools as of right now. So I will tell you how the process works. I will tell you why it is important to a college student today, and I will tell you how to take action and actually become a cheerleading sponsor. Like I said before, you have to pick your team, and you do have to go through training. You have to be CPR certified because if something were to happen in an emergency case, you would need to know what to do. You have to know how injuries work, and you have to have a trainer with you at all times because a trainer being with you means that when injuries do happen, you have someone there that knows what's actually going on. You're basically a team mom for the group. When you go on trips, you will buy snacks and you will have trip change forms signed, stuff like that. You're not a cheer coach. You're a cheer sponsor. There's a difference. Being a cheer coach means that you actually have to be on the premises of cheerleading every day, all the time. This is only when a cheer team needs you. And you do get to pick your cheer team, so, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. Second, I will tell you why it's important in a college student's life. Like I said, it does count for a PE credit. So if you were a cheerleader and this happened and cheerleading was taken away, you wouldn't get your PE credit, which means you wouldn't be able to graduate. You would have to take another PE class that you weren't interested in. Football teams, college football teams, wouldn't have their college cheer team to go and support them because after all, that's what we do. We cheer at football games, we cheer at volleyball games, and we cheer at basketball games. People think that all we cheer for is football and that when we go, we don't even cheer, and that's not even the case. And so I will be telling you about how you can take an action and actually become a cheer sponsor. You pick a team that needs your assistance, and practices will have to be attended, and sometimes you have to go on trips for supervision. So then you find the squad's practicing place if they need you, and you show up. You are a support group for them. You're the squad's biggest cheerleader. You mean everything to them. So if they don't have your support, then they don't have anyone's support. So as stated on the varsity website, every cheerleader gets fired up when someone tries to argue with them that cheerleading is not a sport. Whether it's a football player in one of your classes, a teacher who talks down about cheerleading, or a friend who doesn't understand why you're not involved in something else more athletic. You want people to know that being a cheerleader does make you an athlete. As being a cheerleader, I have this argument daily with other people because they don't think that cheerleading is a sport. Joel Brenner states that over the last 30 years, cheerleading has increased dramatically in popularity and has evolved from leading the crowd in cheers and at sporting events into a competitive year-round sport involving complex acrobatic stunts and tumbling. Consequently, cheerleading injuries have steadily increased over the years in both number and severity. Sprains and strains to the lower extremities are the most common injuries. Although the overall injury rate remains relatively low, cheerleading has accounted for approximately 66% of all catastrophic injuries in high school girl athletes over the past 25 years. I know this from cheerleading because I have tendonitis in my left arm and I pulled my hamstring right before tryouts 2 years ago, actually doing cheerleading. So I know how that is. Cheerleaders, we wear cheer uniforms, we wear big bows, we have megaphones that we yell in to get the crowd pumped up. We also use pom-poms. We cheer for football players. And last but not least, John Miller says that in 2009, a university decided to cut one women's and two men's intercollegiate sports while introducing cheerleading as an equivalent varsity activity. The volleyball athletes and the coach brought a lawsuit against the university, arguing that this action was not with the title regulations. So I just told you the issues of cheerleading not being a sport anymore. First, I also made you aware of how becoming a sponsor actually works. And second, I told you how the issue of losing cheerleading would affect college students today. And third, I told you that you can become can become a cheer sponsor. This is a very important thing for me because I'm a cheerleader, and if I lost cheerleading, I wouldn't have my PE credits. And I don't play any other sports. I'm not interested in any other sports, so that's what I do. I personally do think that it is a hard sport and actually a sport because it's really hard. It takes lots of practice, and we do lift a lot just like any other sport does. So as I wrap this up, the crowd also yells, "Win! Panthers, win!"